Air quality, allergies. These are two things that, quite frankly, you don't really hear about a whole lot with real estate, but if you suffer from asthma, if you have some pretty severe allergies, this is something you're going to want to keep in mind. So make sure you stay till the end because we're getting after it right now. Jumping right into it, like I said, tree pollen. I figured we'll start because, quite honestly, I just kind of assumed that, tree, grass, wheat all started kind of the same. They all hit their strides around the same time. And I guess that's not the case. So tree pollen itself starts, it's pretty much its highlight, or when it's most active, is in the spring. So around here you're looking at several different types of trees. This one in particular is a black walnut. So the different types of tree pollen you're looking at is ash, cedar, maple, and walnut. So plenty of variety there. And like I said, this starts in the spring. So we just, surprisingly enough, it's just spring into summer and the next thing starts. So in summer, once we kind of get through spring and spring has sprung, summer is starting, we're jumping into grass pollen. So we're talking like another thing, different types of grass, what have you, the pollen. Kentucky bluegrass, rye, there's some others, but and this is kind of, like I said, in the summer, this is in full effect. So, and then we get to fall and we're jumping into the weeds. Mugwort, what is that? Sagebush, some other stuff. I don't particularly have all of them, but it's something to keep in mind. And it's like, it's not just springtime. This is most of the year. Being in the Midwest, like I said, it's not uncommon for frequent wind coming through, high winds, that kind of weather. This is going to keep your allergens, your pollen, dust, all that stuff, kind of moving. 2/3 of the year, you have this stuff going on. They outranked cities like Kansas City, St. Louis, other bigger cities. I didn't get all the details on the specifics of Kansas City, but I want to say it was tree pollen was like 20 out of 100, and then grass was like 21. I could be butchering those. Feel free to check it out, but it's kind of one of those things you don't really think about unless it affects you, And if you do a little more digging into those articles, they talk about temperatures rising, CO2, all that is putting a greater impact on the allergens, making it worse essentially. But like I said, this is one of those things you don't think about unless it affects you. But it doesn't hurt to get a little information, kind of help yourself out. Take a look at the articles, see what you think. Is there anything I missed? The foundation has a lot of great information as well. So don't be afraid to dig in, take a look. Like I said, I've got all that info there. I kind of brushed through it pretty quick. So if you're a little more interested, I've got all my sources there for you. Check them out. But while we're at it, if you got any value out of this, do me a solid, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Did I miss something? Let me know. So from here, we kind of rushed through pretty quick, but I'll be honest, there was it really did surprise me that it's one of those things like you don't think about. And I'll be honest, it's one of those things, like I've been saying, if it doesn't affect you, you don't think about it. Me personally, I kind of think more like summer, or spring and summer, not so much fall, but I guess it makes sense. I mean, we got a little bit of a breeze going right now, so I mean, dandelions in the yard and all that stuff. So I mean, things, I guess it makes sense. But rambling aside, we're gonna jump on the computer. We'll show you this nice little tool if you want to keep tabs on air pollution, stuff like that. So give me just a second, and we're gonna hop on. So we're jumping straight into it. Like I said, this is going to be more of your air pollution, and I've linked the website in the description. It is IQ Air. This is a website just kind of started messing with. We want to have we just want to have the tools, all the tools you need, the information to make that informed decision. And this is just one other thing. So kind of resembles kind of like what you'd see looking at the Weather Channel or something, looking at the weather. And this is not only for the United States, but the entire world. So got everything kind of color coordinated. Green good, purple very bad. We've also got a couple of the things that we can play with. You want to know kind of where the wind's blowing, maybe not, quality, fires, what have you. So that's kind of one of those things for this area, as you see, you know, not just Wichita, but you know, fires, the pollution from fires, stuff like that is going to play into that. You have your industrial, all that stuff, but for this, they'll give you a score. They'll show you if there are any fires nearby. So just remember, the higher the number, the worse off it is. So, you know, kind of put things in perspective over here on the right, the world rankings. These are the major cities, and these are the scores. So remember, like I said, the higher the score, as bad the air quality is. So you want to see the full rankings there, but we'll jump into it. And like I said, I just started kind of messing with this, so I'm not a pro, so I'm not going to pretend I am. But it is something to keep in mind if you have someone who is allergies, asthma for sure, but you know, might not be bad. Something to keep in mind. But I can tell you what I am noticing, like separate scores, but it's still Wichita. So, and this might not particularly be something to, you know, maybe take it with a grain of salt is what I'm trying to say. Perhaps, I don't know. Gives you an idea. That's our score. So as you notice, moderate. It's moderate for a lot of the blue collar companies we have around. You know, I guess it's not too bad. And over here, and gives you an idea how bad it is for the fires. Let's check the details. And I'll give you an idea. Moderate. You can kind of go into details on the specifics on, I guess, what pollutants you're looking at. Give you an idea if you should be wearing a mask for the area. You know, overall pretty good. And then, you know, they'll give you an idea what the real time is for the various cities. You can see that world ranking there too. Oops. Okay, cool. But I mean, you can zoom her on out as far as you want to go. It seems like a nifty little tool. Kind of give you an idea. Air quality monitors, looks like a place to buy some purifiers, filters, masks, and stuff like that. So seems like a easy enough tool to use. But this is one of those things, like I said, like I've been saying, it's not particularly something that jumps at you unless it affects you. Do you have that person who has asthma? My wife personally has some mild asthma, so this might be something I would keep in mind, you know. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to have another tool in your toolbox. It doesn't hurt to be informed, to have that information. So, but between this and the asthma stuff, you should have all the tools you need to make that informed decision, at least the information to do a little more research. I'm not going to lie, it was rather brief, but let's be honest. You don't want to hear me talk about allergens and air pollution for 30 minutes. So keep it short, keep it brief, give you the cliff notes, what you need to know. If you want to know some more, here's a good place to start. So anyways, like I've been saying, if you've got any value out of this, do me a solid. It really helps. Like, comment, subscribe. Maybe you got someone who needs some help. Maybe you got a question yourself. Call, text, email, DM. Check out the Discord. Information in the description. It's got all the information you need to start making those steps towards becoming a homeowner. Perhaps you live here already and you need a little help selling your home. You have that information there as well. Anyways, guys, till the next one, we'll catch you later.